All right. Watch, listen, consume. Edits, podcasts, clobber. We're starting with consume, and we're starting with a tease. Tease me, baby. Julio has got his fingers in all sorts of pies. Every week there's something new. And I still remember that guy who said, I don't think he's doing it right. I'm never going to let that go because Julio is doing it so right. And he's reminding everybody on a daily basis how right he is doing it. Mate, the evidence is just stacking. This week he posted up a picture of his computer screen with the Clark's original logo on it. Oh man, exciting. Everybody's well up for this one. Man, I love wallabies. Absolutely love them. Multi-purpose, the Clark's wallaby, you know. It's a regular shoe. It's a pretty good schoolie, mate. It actually, probably top tier schoolie actually. You can wear them as an adult to the club. Little known though, well maybe actually quite a few people knew this in the UK. The Clark's wallaby was an absolute Premier League school playground substitute footy boot. You obviously can't be wearing your footy boots in the school playground, but if you've got the Clark Wallaby, flip, that is the same as having an Adidas Predator. The curve you could get on that football, oh man. You got your Clarks on, you playing football in the school playground, kids are going to be like, oh mate, I've heard Tom's 1/19th Brazilian. You seen the way he kicks the ball? Whoa. I'm like, yeah, actually, yeah, it's true. Small town on the outskirts, you wouldn't know it. Carlos Moisey, that's what they were calling me. Get him, free kick. Moisey, you got your wallabies? Of course I have, mate. Get over here, take this kick. The bend, you could get it on that ball. Bend it like Moisey. It was like, anybody want something from the shop? I'm just gonna bend this ball right round the corner. Space Raiders, yeah, I've got you. Off. Disappeared, man. Oh, I would absolutely love it. I would love it. Kevin Keegan style rant. Love it.
And I'll tell you, honestly, I will love it, love it, love it.
If them skates did a Clark's wallaby. To be honest though, desert boot, I'll take that as well, but I would prefer the wallaby, just saying. Another person who's got their fingers in all the pies. Tooeasy, Gregory Preston, now hooked up with S9 bearings, which is old Big Des. They're good mates, so this makes total sense. So the S9 Tooeasy bearing, rubber sealed. If you want to seal something up, a rubber's always good. Artwork, Ryan Northway, keeping it all in the blade game. Hey, this sounds sick. Get involved in those, they're out now. Also, I don't know if this is really an official release or like they're ever going to be released or what, but Tooeasy, S9, Doom Crew, Stogies, man. Big old fat cigars. Seen a few pictures flying around on people's stories. Mate, why not? I'm all into this. Rollerblading, diversifying into other things. Mate, you lace up an absolute hammer. Stogie to celebrate, why not? Wow, boys, that's a lovely trick, you see. We're going to the big league, boys. Hi, my name's Gregory Preston. I'm into filming, see? Filming, bearings and stogies. Coming soon from LTE is the Disco Inferno hat. Nice little corduroy number. Great thing is, you order that hat, 3 random pins. Oh, a little bit of mystery. I love that, you know? Nice little touch. Keep your eyes peeled for that one. Also, staying on the old corduroy game, this is obviously popular for the headwear at the moment. Parallel Collective. They've got some corduroy bucket hats. It's a bucket for your nugget, mate. Again, eyes peeled for those ones. The Blade Clothing and Team Legs have shown us a little bit more of what they're working on. Keep your peepers on the lookout for this one. Mery Muñoz's new Aeon is out. People were equally excited as they were a bit baffled and taken back by the cost. It looked a little steep. The assumption was manufacturing costs because of the state of the world at the moment, and also maybe they were going to pay her a little bit more on this one. Turns out that's bang on the money. Just like she's going to be once these skates come in. Whee! So USD have upped their royalties by 6 times. 6 times. Flipping out. Seems like a random number that. But isn't that sound? That's brilliant. I mean, I don't actually know what 6 times the royalties is. If anybody knows, let me know and we can work out how much of an actual good deal it is. But it's better than it was before, so it's going in the right direction. So let's stick with that. Wonder what she's going to do with all the extra money she's going to be raking in. Get down to B&Q, buy a money rake, mate. You're just going to be freaking pull it in, get me here. Spend it on a pair of them skates, Wallabies. The Wheel Addict shop have released a couple of water bottles. There's the Wheel Addict one, and there's the Skate and Hydrate one. Very good message, mate. You need water, and you can't be using plastic bottles all the time. Flipping out, like, come on. Plastic bottles and then just dashing them outside and digging a hole and burying them. Flip that, yeah, that's a good idea. That's never going to come back to haunt us. That's burying, mate. Get rid. Seriously, it is just so important to stay hydrated when you're skating. As a kid, I used to skate all day, not a drop of water. Might have like a tip top and like a bruiser bar or something, and then just enter the 10th dimension and be like, whoa, be absolutely off the planet. Keep yourself lubed up, man. Oh, and those are 400ml, decent amount of water. Hanglosers, fuck clothing lines. We drop shit randomly. Feel free to buy or to bootleg. That's a little nod to Blade Life Clothing, who had a kind of similar design to something they released in 2018. But it's all love. Don't worry, they don't mind. Head on over to the Hanglosers site. Honestly, there's loads of stuff you can buy. And you know, that money goes into the Hanglosers event. So I've seen this on Nick Lomax's page. Him, Mery, Muñoz and Rolls Sports Academy in Barcelona, Spain are going to do a tour of skate parks, water parks, and then just generally having a good time. I believe it's like a bit of a teacher-in. You go and meet him, they'll teach you a few tricks and stuff like that. Sounds like a really good thing. Head on over to their page for more details. Razor's posted up Razor's Cult. This is featuring Dennis, Cody and Connor. Heavy emphasis on style. Really like it when people are fully focused in on how things look. Let's talk Chad Anthony, permanent rookie, ALABASTER. What a sick edit, man. He goes wild in this. Some really cool ideas, really amazing creative tricks, smooth lines, some really actually proper hairy, dangerous tricks as well. Really good mix. I mean, half this stuff you'd never see coming. Absolutely awesome edit, man. Make sure you give that the time it deserves. Be inspired. Definitely a few of those, whoa, hang about, what? Moments? Golden. Soichiro has posted up Life, Red Pumpkin, and it starts with him jumping out of a red pumpkin. And man, the rest is just stunning. Couple of bits from them skates. You've got Brosco in Des Moines. Man, like, all the years I've seen him skating and I'm still like a bit mesmerised when a new edit comes out. Just unreal. The other thing then posted up was a little edit for the Them Pants. So that's got Parker in it, Greg and the Prez Julio. Make sure you check them both out. Martina Svobodova posted up Gawds 2. The style is so good. Just the way she does tricks, man, unreal. Give that one a goosey gander. Demetrios George only skates turbo. Have you seen all his latest posts? Guy's mad. He's gone from not really skating to then just right, I'm skating, it's on, switch it to turbo. That's the mode. That's the only mode I know. Turbo. Mind melters. Mauro has posted up Gömer Street, Zurich Street Maneuvers. This is featuring him, Dean Bradley, Carl Sola and Adrian Deck. Some really fruity maneuvers in there. Make sure you head on over to his Instagram page, get onto the IGTV bit and check it out. Hayden Ball's been up on the Wheelscene this week, obviously talking about his new edit promoting Dusty Denim jeans. They talk all about the edit. They talk about that picnic table launch to ledge, which is rough as toast on the top of it. God knows how he slid it. Talks about how he actually got a really smooth back rail on it, which he's posted up on his Instagram. But that one didn't make the cut. They went for the more kind of hairy looking launch to topsole. Man, wild. That is the same spot that Julio did a Soichiro on it. And he was saying when he got there, he was like, how the hell? As he jumped up there, man. Bit of a huck. Hayden's handled the business. They deep dive into the jeans, just because, you know, it's proper rare that Rollerblading has a denim company. Vibrolux were the last ones to do it. I remember Yukon used to make jeans, probably a load of other people as well, but these days, very rare. Really sick to see him doing it, talking about where he's going to go with it next, talking about getting his own screen printing kit and actually doing it all himself, you know, being fully involved in the production of possible t-shirts. Also an interesting story about when he used to have a job being a toilet attendant in a strip club. And then that one time Chris Haffey rocked up. Like, that's an interesting situation to meet Chris Haffey in. Make sure you head on over to that podcast to find out more. The Wax Toaster had another stormer, this time with Jeremiah Dougherty. This guy is so intriguing, absolutely amazing stories. Somebody who was just really motivated to get it done. Gets their mindset on something and that's it, we're going full in. He's been making his own skates for years. Came up with a business plan with his dad, you know, this was a deal. There wasn't always going to be like loads of money for skates. And he was like, right, how am I going to do this? Just started making his own skates. Worked it all out for himself, you know. Asked a few questions here and there and just got it done. Wow, really admire that ability to just be like, right, this is what needs to be done. I'm doing it. Also fascinating stories about the power of review and of analysing skate footage, your own skate footage, to make sure you proper hone in on what you want your skating to look like. You know, be a bit critical of yourself. If you have that like dream of it looking like absolutely crispy. There's also some great stories about witnessing changes and like pivotal moments in skate history in real life. What an experience that must have been. There's also a really cool story about M1. You remember them? M1 wheels? Head on over to Wax Toaster's YouTube to get all the details. Honestly, this one was friggin' brilliant. Up on Jump Street Podcast this week is Tim Adams. So what is with Jump Street Podcast getting everybody sloppy seconds? Getting guests after they've been on other podcasts, man. Only messing. It's always good to have different questions thrown at people, different interview techniques. These rollers buddies have a lot to say and they've not always had the opportunity to do it. So yeah, get them back on. Ask them some more questions. I'm going to start off with Garbage Plate. It's worth checking out this interview for that alone. Well, actually, there's quite a few more, way more important messages in there, but we're starting with the Garbage Plate. Just get on over to that podcast and find out what that is. Flipping hell, man. Cardiac arrest on a plate. Tim also talks about Rochester, obviously, Tattoo Love Boys, hiding videos from his mum. They talk about Sinner, Tim's last edit with Mike Therese, the ideas and message and theme behind that, and how, you know, in some people's eyes, Tim would be seen as a sinner, and exploring that. That also then leads on to things like LGBTQ rights, all these important messages. I think a key point that Tim makes is to go out there and do your research. Find out what's actually happened. Don't take advice off some bloke down the pub who's got some weird, twisted view on the world. Get out there and find it yourself. Multiple sources, man. Multiple experts, multiple science research documents. Gotta take it all in order to like actually make a good decision. There's some heavy stuff in there. It's important for the rollerblade community to be inclusive. We could and should be a shining example of what a community should be like. Oh, and another bit of news. Belay the Union have been on the blower going, Tom, man, come and join our team. Honestly, it's wicked over here, man. They've offered me a deal money can't buy. And I was just like, yeah, absolutely. Sign me up. And that's your lot. Another stacked week. If you liked it, chuck us a like. If you liked it like proper loads, mate, subscribe. Spotty Dog.